morning, it's Friday. Welcome to part 2 of the day in the life of a social worker vlog here with me. I am brand new at vlogging. Good morning to the person just tossing out the garbage bright and early. Vlogging is brand new to me, so let me know in the comments what you think. But I wanted to do a part 2. I'm hoping to talk some of my colleagues into being in it today to really give you a sense of what a day in the life actually looks like on an admin day. Because in the other video I noticed it looks like I work alone, and I really don't, not very often. So I think my car, apart from the back window, but I think my car is mostly defrosted enough. Winter, I don't even want to say winter's here yet, but November and the cold came on pretty fast. So I'm gonna set this here. It is kind of blocking my steering wheel a bit, or my steering wheel's kind of blocking me a bit. But we're gonna go get some breakfast on the way and go along for the ride. I just got to the office and I actually ate my breakfast in the car because it has bacon in it, and our practice is kosher because the owner is Jewish, so I have to eat in my car. So I'm just gonna get my desk set up for the day, and then we're gonna see what my day even looks like. But I like to set up my space first, just so I'm in that mindset, kind of like in the last video where I'm tidying up in between things, just so I know kind of what I'm in the space and I'm ready to go, basically. Then I start by turning everything on. I'll move this closer now that I have the chance, I think. Yeah, that works. So I turn everything on. First things I do, I check WhatsApp, which is inter-office communication, or if someone's not in the office, but everyone is today. Check email, and I check that organization software again that I told you about. So email, WhatsApp, and my to-do list for the day. I know I have social media posting to do for education, advertising, marketing, all of the above, awareness in general. So I usually do that in the mornings, so it has kind of the whole day to circulate. So I'm gonna check my email, probably do some social media posting, and then start my day slowly, I think. So that being said, I think I need the other little desk tripod again. So I'm gonna go get that and set you up in a better spot. Okay, so the tripod is locked. We don't know where the key is. I'm assuming Alex has it. So right now this is the setup that we're just gonna keep operating on. So you can kind of see a part of my desk from the other angle. This is where I keep basically just general stuff I need on hand. Highlighters and lip balm, pens, lotion. I always have a spray treatment contract right there, my masks for when I'm walking around, and then drawers, which is like charger, staples, whatever. Oh, there's a stapler in there too. And then other laptop is sitting back there as well. And then computer, yesterday as you saw down here, are things for textbook, notebook. I will have to go back to my car and get my notebook because it's still in the car. And I'll show you my kind of ritual with that as well. I kind of write down everything I've done for the week and helps me kind of go through, get myself on track, and also gets me prepared for ops and rounds. So right now I'm gonna do what I said I was going to do before, which is check my email, messages, and then get to doing probably socials for now. So turn that back, and this is my lovely, when I don't have clients, I have my lovely double view window. So hopefully the lighting is better. Last video it wasn't because that blind was down, so we'll see. I hate these paper straws, completely unrelated, but anyway. So no emails except for reminders for the webinar today, and that the one meeting got rescheduled a little bit today, so that's good.
Don't sit and tell me I'm pretty while you sip Jameson. Don't make me wanna stick around until the party ends. You've got a bad reputation, so what? I'm into it. I'm into it. You look like I'm gonna have another drink. You look like you know, but don't say anything that I trust it.
Done today are the meetings. I have to make some phone calls for a client to see about referrals for some more support. And then I have one client at 3 o'clock. So webinar, calling for referrals, and meetings around here. So right now I am going to, because I'm using my phone to film this, so right now I'm gonna put a pause on it. I'm gonna do some quick social media stuff, and then I'm going to hop back on here in time for my webinar, and I'll take you with me for how I'm gonna prep for that. Okay, so that one didn't take me long at all because I try to actually use like a bit of a calendar so that I know every day when I'm posting and it's either ready, or for something like a reel and I don't film it in advance, then I film it on the spot, but I know what it's going to be, so I don't have to like wait for the creative spark. So now I'm going to, that's done. So I think what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to continue on with that deep dive with this that I was working on yesterday, doing that history of social work video, because this is actually filmed the next day for my other deep dive, so they're back to back. So I'm going to throw on some lo-fi, and I was doing really well with that one yesterday, so I think I'm going to continue with that. But I also just realized it's Friday, which means I have a blog post going up and it was scheduled, so I'm actually not going to do this. Totally take that back. I'm going to check on the blog post, make sure everything went up okay, and then promote it on Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, all that fun stuff. So that's what I'm going to do, and that's why you always keep organization, so that it tells you when you forget. But I am going to put the lo-fi on. Went with another video on my channel. They kind of went hand in hand, and it was talking kind of a condensed version about how to talk about mental health. If you missed that video, I will link it in the description box, and if you want to just read the condensed version on my blog, I will put a link to the post itself in the description box as well. So now I'm just going to promote it and then go back and see how much time I have left before my webinar, which probably will lead straight into the webinar now that I'm looking at the time. Good. Do you want to be in it? Yeah.
I have the ring light in my room if I need it.
So far, I think we're good. Yesterday was not good. All right, I'm gonna turn this. This is Angela.
Hi.
I don't even know if you can see that. Yeah, you can.
Oh, you are recording.
I am. It's just running, and then I'm kind of speeding it up and editing it as we go. This is Angela. She's one of our interns.
Hi. Popping in.
What do you like about working here?
I honestly, the people. I really love the people. It's a great environment.
Right?
Yeah. And the clients too, but you know.
Exactly. All right, I am actually gonna put this on pause. I'm gonna turn it back and put it on pause so I can get caffeine before this webinar. So I'll turn it back on at some point. So the webinar didn't end up working out. They're having technical difficulties. So I turned my focus to client care. So that looked like I had Angela, who you met. She came in and we had a phone call on behalf of a family that we're working with together on some referral stuff, things like that. They were great, which is really nice. A lot of the time, sometimes because resources are so thin, sometimes you don't get that response. So I was actually really quite happy with how that phone call went. And then after that, actually immediately after that, as I was setting this back up to turn back on, I got a call from a doctor on behalf of a completely different client, looking to connect and get some additional support for them as well. So kind of been bouncing around with client care. It's now 11:33. So lunch is usually at noon, and then it's meetings after that. So ops at 1 and rounds at either 1:30 or 2. It depends how fast we get through meetings, and how much time we need for rounds. So what I like to do now, and I'm gonna move stuff around here. What I always do before, and I think I was mentioning it in a different video, is notebook. So I live in this thing. I basically write down and go through everything I need for meetings. So for ops, I think back to the week I've just had and think about everything I've done, whether that's something in progress or something completed. So I go through and write that out. It's a good chance for me as well. Sometimes it can, when it's a slower week like this week, you kind of think, did I really do anything? And then you start writing and you realize that there's a lot that goes into this, and it doesn't always look like it. So I'm gonna be doing that. And even if you're not in any field like this, I really encourage you to actually keep track of what you're doing throughout the week. So this isn't just completely me starting from scratch. As I've ticked off maybe projects, I've actually already started writing them here. So I really encourage that for you to keep track a little bit of what you're doing. It can be really beneficial sometimes. Either if you have too much on your plate, you can kind of identify maybe areas to try and figure out, either getting support for them or seeing if someone else can take them on, or maybe areas where you're not as challenged. So I really like it. That's my 2 cents. So now I'm going to start writing some stuff out here. That done, so then I bring this with me so that when it's okay, what did you do this week, I'm not just sitting there like drank coffee and your mind goes totally blank. I just kind of read from the points here, and I find it super helpful. So I think now that that's done, and I've been thinking about it as I do this, I don't really think I have any concerns that I need to bring up at rounds, anything that I'm really struggling with at the moment, or anything I want anyone's take on. So I'm just going to document the phone call I just had with client's doctor, and then I'm going to head to lunch. So in private practice, things change all the time. Today is no different. My 3 o'clock had a bit of a personal emergency, so we rescheduled. I talked to her. So after our meeting, it just was, I wish I had brought in my phone, but it was really just chatting and shooting the shit with some of my colleagues. So I'm really on the ball with everything I needed to get done. So I'm going to do one of my favorite things to do, which is go find somebody else to bug. So let's go see who's around.
Yeah, so that's good. At least it's built from the perspective that it's real. It's not someone making
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, it was a memoir, and it was a little bit more honest. So if you're wondering what happens sometimes when your clients cancel and you're actually totally on top of your shit, which is rare, this is what happens. So in case you're wondering why on a work day I'm still here watching Maid on Netflix, not sponsored or anything, it's because it's actually really good depiction of leaving domestic violence and the difficulties of getting help. So the excuse, I'm gonna stick with it, is that it's educational. But recommend. It is the end of the day. The lighting in here is garbage, but that's okay. The day got totally away from me and we watched almost 2 episodes of Maid, but I still stand by the fact that it is actually educational and a good depiction. And there was cheesecake. So Angela and I are the only ones left. It's the end of our day. And I don't have a fun weekend planned. Do you have a fun weekend planned?
No, I have a project on Saturday. Well, tomorrow. So I have class.
Gross.
And then I have a birthday party on Sunday. So.
That's not bad.
But it just sounds like a busy weekend, you know?
Yeah. Mine is also busy. Let me know in the comments what your weekend plans are. Let me know if you enjoyed part 2. And I will see you guys at the next one. Those 2 little squirrels chasing each other. I don't know if you caught that.